everyone, and welcome to Valley Crafty Corner. I know totally new setup for doing videos this week, so I'm going to try it out and hopefully I can do process videos. So bear with me for right now. I'm going to keep doing the videos the way I have been doing just until I can get my camera set up. I just got it set up this last week, so I haven't even had a chance to play around with video editing software or anything like that. So I'm going to keep continuing on like this for right now. So anyway, I had this Studio Calico kit for September and I finished it. Well, not that I finished it, I got as much use out of the kit as I think I was going to get. I got 4 layouts done. I pretty much exhausted myself with the kit. I tried to use everything that I possibly could. So I did not too bad. Like for embellishments, this is pretty much what I have left. Like I have a few die cuts. This is all I have left of the ribbon. And then I have like the sequins left, and I have lots of the arrows left. I didn't use as many as I thought I would. Pardon me. So, and then I have 1 sheet of the cardstock left, but other than that, the pattern paper is all cut up. Not that I used it all, it's just all cut up. So I really am pretty pleased considering I wasn't overly thrilled with some of the papers in it. Like I am not the basic gray clippings fan. It's just not me, but I used it. I wouldn't say I would go out and buy it, but I did use it and the pages turned out really nice. It's just, it's not the kind of person that I am. But anyway, regardless, so this was the first layout I did. And I just used the craft cardstock that came in the kit. And I know it's really, really faint, but I used that hexagon mask. It didn't come in the kit, but I had it in my stash. And then I had inked it up with Brown Bag October Afternoon Mist. And then after I had misted it up here as well as down here, I just flipped it over just for kind of like the reverse mask of it. And then I used the arrows here, and all the arrows were inked up in the Buttercup Mr. Huey's. And so I used one of my flare badges, or one of my badges from, I think it's called a Flare for Badges, I think. Anyway, I used that, and then I used one of those blue sequins behind it, and then just some of that yellow ribbon. And I used a lot of these alphas. I really like these alphas just because they're kind of in between the mini market stickers as well as like the regular thickers. I really like the size that they are. And then I took like one of those potty people out of the wood pieces out of my own stash. And some of the other stuff that was out of my own stash was this button and then this little tag that says here's the scoop. And then this tag here, this was out of the Studio Calico Heyday collection, the Amphara pack, as well as the clouds and this people right here. Why is it not focusing? So anyway, hopefully it focuses. There we go. And this tag here is from, I think it's a Cosmo Cricket, the 23 collection. We got it in a kit quite a while ago, and it wasn't like the kind of stuff I like. So anyway, I used just a very plain gray one. And then I used this number border from Crepe Paper, and I think this is from the Little Boy Blue collection, I do believe. And I used one of the glassine bags as a layering piece. And I'm not sure if you guys watched one of my videos where I was showing the kit and kind of my first impression of it. This is that piece of paper where it had like that cluster where it had the Polaroid picture, and then it was a whole bunch of like paper layers underneath and some tags and stuff like that. I cut the whole thing up. I cut the Polaroid out. I cut the little tab out. I cut the ledger pieces out. I just was a little too distracted by that piece of paper by itself, so I cut it up, and I had way more use out of it as that. So this piece here is actually from that piece of paper. It's just the background paper. So that's what I had used. And then this piece of paper here, this blue piece, this is actually one of those little the little cards that you get in the mail, and I'll say on the front side, I'll say like, here's the yearbook collection, or this new class that was coming out and stuff like that. So, but it coordinated really well. So I used that piece actually. I used both that actually came in the kit. So, so yeah, that's this one, and it turned out pretty cool. And then this doesn't want to say. There we go. And then this one here, I again used that mask, and I used the Mr. Huey's, like the white, and I did the reverse again so that I would get that other impression of, and I think, yeah, and I did it down here as well. This was that kind of like teal cardstock. I just found it was a little too overwhelming for everything that was going on. It was just a little too plain. The color was a little too bright, so that's why I did the masking, is just to kind of soften everything down, just to kind of let everything flow into it. So I used a lot of the papers as layers, and see, here is that Polaroid that I cut up, and I just added a My Mind's Eye Indie Chic label to it. And then here's one of the little gold doilies, and here's some more of those die cuts. I just added a lot of embellishments to it. Then these are the Studio Calico Bliss stickers in the black, and then those are those more of those Amy Tangerine picture or stickers. But yeah, so yeah, I just again cut up, like, this is like those strips, that pattern. It looks like embroidered paper, like it looks like a whole bunch of embroidery lines, like stitched. Like this one looks like a leaf, and stuff like that. So I just cut them into strips, and I found it was easier to use them as strips than to try and use the whole page. So this one turned out pretty cool. I'm actually pretty happy with it. The one thing I will say about the kit is it was not very embellishment heavy this time. So I found I was having to go into my stash to kind of like oomph the pages up a little bit. So not that I was disappointed with the kit. I was just disappointed that there wasn't as much as embellishments as there typically is, I guess. So anyway, this layout turned out pretty cool. And yeah, so that's that one. And then the third one I did was this one, and this one turned out awesome. I really like this one. This is probably my most favorite out of all the four that I did. So again, I used the hexagon mask, and I used the inky black, and I just kept it in this part here. I didn't want it to be overwhelming over here. So I did a lot more of that one Polaroid piece, and then this green piece here is actually from that Polaroid piece of paper as well. I just cut it out and made it look like a paper layer, as well as this is actually from that paper layer too, and I used it in as a like an embellishment piece. I just found it was easier to use. This is also from that Polaroid piece. I just cut it up again. So, and then there's some more of those Bliss thickers. So yeah, other than that, like I left it pretty plain. The only thing I might do is go in here after and add something up here. It was just missing something to me. So I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to add in here yet, but otherwise this page is pretty much done. And then this is the last one, and it's very embellishment light. Like, I think I'll probably go back in here and add some more. It's just I'm not really sure what way to take this yet. So again, I just used lots and lots of paper layers. I used those alphas again, put my journaling here. I used some of those arrows and just kind of made an ombre effect where it was super bright and then less intense as you went down. And then here's another one of those, the little journal, or the little, what do you call it? the little pieces where it says like this digital kit or, you know, this collection's coming out or whatever. So that's one of those pieces. And this piece here is again from that Polaroid piece that I had cut apart. So to me, it does need a little bit more embellishment. But right now, as it sits, I'm pretty happy with how it looks. I probably will go in here after and add a little bit more to it, maybe in the future. Like sometimes I have some layouts where I find they aren't how I want them to be yet. I like how they're turning out. So I'll sit them aside. And then when I have a chance, I'll come back and look at them again and see if I can add something. Sorry, I know there's that glare there, and that's because I have a halogen light or whatever you call it, like one of those office lights or whatever right here, so it has that glare. So I hope you guys bear with me for the first little while, just until I get this camera set up perfect. But for right now, I'm pretty happy with how it looks. So I'm hoping I can do process videos in the very near future. So yeah, so let me know what you think of the new setup and if the lighting is okay. I know this part is a little bit of a glare, but I mean, if I moved it down here, it's not so bad. But then you can't see the bottom, and I can't move the camera right now, so either I get the glare here or I don't. But anyway, that's enough of my rambling. But yeah, so let me know what you think about the camera setup. If you like the looks of it, if you think the lighting looks okay, and hopefully we can get doing some process videos. So yeah, leave a comment and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.